Africa, brought to you by GTV Network International. And it's my delight to come your way again this week. This week I have a very distinguished gentleman on the program, and he is an African, a Nigerian, an illustrious son of Imo State. He is a politician, medical personnel, and you'll get to know all that about him after this time out. Please don't go away. Long live Africa.
Africa, the world's second largest and second most populous continent, home to a variety of ethnic and racial groups, a land filled with beautiful people, intellectuals, talented men and women. Africa, the cradle of civilization, a land of great opportunities, a land flowing with milk and honey. Long live Africa.
Long live Africa. I am Gloria, Ezeoke-Ebenebe, and I invite you to join me on this station on the program Long Live Africa. This is Long Live Africa, brought to you by GTV Network International. And I did say before the break that I have a great personality in the house, a politician, a medical personnel. It is my pleasure to introduce to you my personality of the week. His name is Dr. Obioma Agomuoh. Welcome to Long Live Africa.
Thank you very much.
It's nice to have you on the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
I'm quite well.
Yes, my guest is visiting Houston. He does not live in Houston, but he has a mission. He's here on a mission, and very shortly you're going to know what that mission is all about. So tell us about yourself, sir. Why are you in Houston? What brought you to Houston, Texas?
Well, I am Dr. Obioma Agomuoh. I'm a physician by training, a gynecologist and obstetrician. I live in Michigan. I'm married with 6 children, and we're all doing well. Tonight I'm visiting Houston to meet with my chairman, the national PDP chairman, who is visiting the United States. We're here, as a matter of fact, just for a courtesy visit. And I saw him, and he looked quite well. He looks young and strong, and he looks well working with our president, Goodluck Jonathan, and I can see why they are doing tremendous amount of work and good job for the Nigerians.
Oh, very well, sir. I know I did introduce you earlier as an illustrious son of Imo State, Nigeria. I do know you are aspiring to be a governor of Imo State come 2015. What actually motivates you? What is your motivating factor wanting to be the governor of Imo State come 2015?
Yes, I'm really happy you asked that question. That's a very good question. The truth about it is Imo State is my home, and I have been out for quite some time, and it's about time I go to give back to Imo State what they had put into me. Imo State, as a matter of fact, has been a home for a lot of other people in the diaspora, and a good number of us who are living here are doing quite well. I'm volunteering myself at this time to serve Imo State because of the nature of things in that state. I also do know that a lot of people in the diaspora can also volunteer. They have a passion to get things done very well when they're not done. And that has angered me very much, especially since Imo State has not been run very well. I cannot abandon my family and my businesses to put myself out there and volunteer myself if it wasn't something very, very serious. There's a lot of problems, very many problems that need to be rectified. We know how to do that kind of job. We know how to correct that kind of problem, and that's why I have myself out there. Thank you.
So what exactly are you bringing to the table?
What I'm bringing to the table are the following: my experiences, my pedigree. I have run businesses in this country for over 25 years. I am the Chief Executive Officer of Group Medical Clinic and the Managing Director. I've paid salaries. I've been able to meet salaries. I've been able to make money for the corporation and meet salaries, justify the salaries that I pay. And I know that in Imo State, we need job creation. We need people to be employed and make a good living for themselves. With that type of experience in business and in medicine, I can extrapolate from that in order to get Imo State going in the right direction.
Okay, what are the other details of your manifesto for Imo State?
Well, in Imo State today, I believe that in entirety, we need a change of mindset. A change of mindset in the fact that we've drifted from worshiping God to worshiping idols. We've drifted from worshiping God to worshiping money and human beings. And that's a problem for us in Imo State, because you cannot compete with God. And the moment you start doing that, then you get into difficulty. And that's why that's exactly what I see in Imo State. We've left worshiping God to worshiping money and human beings. So to answer your question, what I think we should do is, one, to change our mindset, refocus our mind, put it in the right direction where it ought to be, have God leading the way, then everything will follow. We also need to, at this time, correct our priorities. The things that are very important in life, like peace, justice, freedom, pursuit of happiness. These are things that we have to inculcate in whatever we do in Imo State in order to get our people believe in us and get us walking in the right direction. We also have to take care of our poor population, because we have a lot of poverty in our home. If you can superimpose on our society a triangle, the apex is where the rich people are, and at the base are where the poor people are. We don't have to worry about the apex. We have to concentrate at right where the poor people are. And you can imagine we have more poor people than there are rich people. So once we can take care of the poor, take care of the widows and the orphans and the disabled people, as well as the elderly, I think we'll be going in the right direction. We also have to ensure that we create good roads for our society, because there are none. We also have to ensure that we bring in constant source of electricity and good water supply. With good water supply, constant source of electricity, and good roads, then you're inviting industries. Then you can cite industries anywhere in Imo State, because those are the key factors that you need in order for industries to operate. We need to industrialize Imo State. We have the best brains in Imo State. We have tremendous amount of graduates that are turned out every year in Imo State. In fact, it's the greatest number of graduates anywhere in Nigeria, yet they are not employed. So this is our opportunity. This is our time to get these people working again. So, like I said, we need to create jobs. such that we can have 3 shifts and create, middle-level management, which we don't have. We used to have that in Nigeria, but now they're all gone. They all disappeared because the money went north or south. But right now we're broke. We need to fix that. We need to make sure there is clear accountability and good accounting judgment. Furthermore, we must make sure that our educational system is the best south of Sahara. We also have to build hospitals in all the 3 local governments, international standard hospitals, because they are known in Imo State. And what we have are killing fields. Our people deserve better. We have high rate of infant mortality in Imo State. We also have high rate of mothers dying having children. This has to be extinct because we have the professionals. We have people who can take care of all these problems. And we must make sure that the infant mortality rate is brought to 0, and as well as the maternal mortality rate. This also has to be reduced to almost 0 also, because we have the professionals. I cannot see why in 21st century a woman is dying from childbirth. No, that's not acceptable, and that would not let that happen anymore in Imo State.
You've been in United States for majority part of your life, true?
Yes.
How much do your people, Imo State people, know you, and how much support are you getting from them?
Well, in Imo State, the answer to this question, as a matter of fact, is not commensurable, or you cannot compare that to as long I have been in this country. The reason is this: I go to Nigeria every year, and I spend a lot of time in Nigeria every year. I have 3 operating foundations that operate in Nigeria, non-stop. I have a foundation for the widows and orphans that's been going on for almost 6 years now. I have a foundation for the elderly, people who are over 60 years of age and with no children, that's been going on for over 11 years. I have a foundation for just orphans that's been going on for 5 years. These people are taken care of every month. The elderly get fed. We provide food for them every month, for them to take care of raw material for them to feed on. The widows, the orphans, the disabled, we provide meals for them every Saturday in the entire Imo State. First we started in Mbise, now it's gone through the entire Imo State. And then we have a program that's run every Saturday just for orphans in Obenishi in Mbise. So this, you cannot say that I'm not in Imo State or I'm not in Nigeria because I've lived in Nigeria all this time in the United States for quite a while. Yes, I have, but the United States provided me the education that I needed, and I also lived there to in order to be able to afford this kind of philanthropy that I'm providing to my people. And I'm there every year with them.
Okay. Well, very interesting. And I'm sure your people, Imo State people, are really eagerly looking forward to having a candidate like you come run as a governor in Imo State. But I'd like to ask you this pertinent question, sir. Have you chosen any platform yet? Under what platform of political party are you going to run?
Yeah, I'm a lifelong carrier of PDP membership. Just for the fact that I always go back to Nigeria and commingle with my people. I got registered in PDP for God knows how many years ago, over maybe 11, 12 years ago.
Okay.
So that's the party that I belong. And it's the only party I know that is effective in Nigeria, trying to get people live in terms of democracy and trying to establish the democratic principles. It's not just because I'm a card-carrying member or that I'm biased, but if you look in the history of Nigeria, you can see fully well that PDP is the only party that's all over the country, staffed, operating, taking care of people. And now that Goodluck Jonathan is there, he's doing a tremendous amount of good work, trying to make sure that the country goes in the right direction. And furthermore, the chairman of the party, Bamanga Tukur, is also doing a fantastic job to make sure the party continues to go with democratic principles. You can't beat that.
Okay, so in other words, the political agenda of People's Democratic Party of Nigeria works in line with your own agenda.
That's right. That's right. It does work in line with my own agenda because I believe in a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. I subscribe to the government where people can account to its own people. There's no, it does not pay to be able to run a country whereby the people are not part of the system. We in PDP believe that the people, we have to take care of the people. We ought to make resources available to everyone, irrespective of where you come from. That's what we believe in PDP, and that's why I am a member of PDP, and I continue to be a member of PDP.
Okay. So how would you assess the previous governors and the present governor of Imo State? How would you assess their job?
Like I said earlier, I will not abandon my family and my children and volunteer myself to be to join the race if we didn't have any problems. We have tremendous amount of problems in trying to execute the policies of the government in Imo State. We're having tremendous of bad management in trying to get this done. A lot of people are left out. We intend to bring to the table an inclusive government where everyone is accounted for, where the resources are made available to everyone, irrespective of who you are. And that is our goal. We must make sure that no matter who you are, as long as you're in Imo State, you don't even have to come from Imo State, but as long as you're in Imo State, we will make those resources available to you and take care of you.
Presently, it seems like, or rather presently, Imo State seems to be educationally advantaged. What else can you do to make it better?
Well, we have to create jobs. In Imo State, the problem we have in Imo State today is joblessness. And if you look at it, the joblessness leads to poverty. The poverty leads to insecurity. It's circuitous. If you break this circuit, then you can see that it's proportionally directed to one another. For example, if you create a lot of jobs, then invariably the poverty will be eliminated and the insecurity will be eliminated also. If you allow the joblessness to continue, the insecurity will be there. In fact, it will increase. So that's the problem. That's what we must do. We must create jobs so that there are more people there are more jobs than people who can fill the places. And we know how to do that. We know how to do that, especially because we in Imo State, we have a lot of educated people. This is a job that I believe and I do hope, it's not me, I do hope others will join me and will make sure that we can get it done the way it's supposed to be. Because we have a lot of professionals, we have a lot of educated people here in diaspora and also in Nigeria to bring to bear what we are talking about. We must get Imo State working again the way it's supposed to be because we have the people to do it.
Well, women and youths constitute majority of the population.
Yes.
What plans do you have for women and youth in Imo State?
This is a very interesting question that you're asking me, but it is natural. Women is 50% of the population. Now you superimpose youths on that, then it comes to almost close to 75 to 80% of the population that have been mismanaged. We will empower the women. We will also empower the youths and bring to bear good education. Education is key. We must use it to our advantage. We must use it to industrialize our home. We must use it to create more jobs. Allow women to run most of the industrial jobs, because where you use women to run industries, there is peace and stability in those areas. So we will bring women into the industrial areas to run most of the industrial areas. We'll also bring them into the political arena to help us run the government, because we need the resources of the women. This is almost 50% of the women excluded from running the government. No, we cannot have that at Imo State, the women and the youth.
Okay. Well, since you live in the United States, and majority of your supporters, I can say, live in the United States, right?
Right.
Okay. And the brief moment I've spoken with you, you've always talked about Imo State people in diaspora, Nigerians in diaspora. So it seems like you really want to carry everybody along.
That's right.
Again, what plans do you have for them?
Now, I do envision where every year we'll have to bring home 100 to 200 families from Imo State, from here back home, to help us get this thing done. Most of our people here in diaspora are specialists. They're overqualified, and they have been trained to use their mind and their heads to get things done the right way, and we will need that. I am not saying that people in Nigeria are not trained. It's just that when you commingle both aspects, we'll get a better result than we have at this time. So we'll work hard and make sure we bring home, encourage a lot of our people to come back home and help out in our society, so that our children can take over and make our society even a much better place, a much livable place, where, so that we can live in Imo State in the type of harmony that we've always envisioned to live in.
Oh, well, we all know that politics in Nigeria, generally politics is very expensive. It's an expensive venture. And in Nigeria specifically, politics is expensive. What is your source of funding? How do you intend to get funds to run through the rigorous and expensive campaign?
Because
Yes,
we do know that the fact that I can raise a lot of money from people in diaspora to support the campaign is not because of that. It's just because the people in diaspora are sick and tired of seeing their home the way it is.
Oh, I'm sorry to cut in, sir. Are you saying that you have supporters in diaspora who are willing and very ready to support you financially?
That's right. There are a lot of people here in diaspora who are very willing and ready to support good governance in Imo State,
Okay.
and they want that done. And they've been able to, they're willing to contribute as much money as it takes to get that done, to give them a good government back home.
Okay. All right. So far, what has been the response like? What is the response like from diaspora Imo State people here?
A lot of people in diaspora are very happy about trying to change things in Imo State and getting the government going in the right direction. And the response has been such that a good number of people are willing to contribute and join this campaign, such that we can have a good government and build our state and make it the envy of the states in Nigeria. It's not just me. A lot of people have indicated and are ready to join and get this campaign going in the direction that they want to see, because they've always envisioned a day that they will participate in a government of this nature.
Okay, the issue of zoning is very prevalent in the Nigerian political system, as we all know. Imo State practiced the doctrine of zoning, and one of which is to assume that zoning worked well in Imo State. Do you think that you fall into the zoning equation right now?
Well, it's interesting that you're asking that question, because zoning in Imo State has been there for a while, because it allows power shift to go from one area of Imo State to the other in order for fairness and equity. And that has produced good results, such that people respect one another. After the military, after Imo State was created in 1976 and the military handed over in 1979, Sam Mbakwe, who was from Okiwe, ran the government, and he did a fantastic job. In fact, up to today, everyone continues to compare Sam Mbakwe to no one. He has just been the best, as far as people say. But the truth about it, going back to the zoning, after his time was the Owerri community produced Evans Enwerem, who was also a very good governor in Imo State, although his government did not last very long. It lasted after 6 months, then the military took over. Then after Evans came Achike Udenwa from Olo. In other words, the circle had been completed. It's gone from Okigwe, Owerri to Olo. Now it's gone back again to Owerri. It's gone back again to, Okigwe. And it went back to Ikedi or Hakim. And Ikedi or Hakim was there for 4 years, and but failed to get re-elected for reasons I cannot explain at this time. So you can see that it has come back to Owerri zone, which is my territory, and that is part of why I am in the race, because zoning is important, because it allows fairness. It allows fairness and equity, and respect for one another. So we'll continue to practice zoning, in order to help, justice to get around. I am lucky that the zoning system is zoned to Owerri, where I come from.
Okay.
But that's not that's not the only thing for me, because I do know, like I said earlier, there are a lot of people who can do this job well. It's just that I do have that passion. I do have that passion to get job done well. And that has been as a result of my experiences in medicine and in business, where things are not done well. I'll take it upon myself to get it done well. And when I take it upon myself, I usually get good results.
Okay. One more last question, please. As a medical doctor,
yes,
a medical practitioner, what do you think can be done to better medical facilities in Imo State, to make everyone in Imo State have better medical services? What can you really do?
Well, I do know for sure, this is my area of specialization. We must build new hospitals in every zone of the state. International standard hospitals. And each hospital should be able to accommodate at least 1,000 beds. We'll bring it to the standard that it will reduce our rate of mortality and morbidity. We'll bring in the best surgeons from the United States or somewhere, anywhere in Europe. We'll bring in the best doctors to take care of our people and give them back what we've been giving to people in America and Europe. We have that capability to do that, and we must do that. We have nothing to hold back now, because that's part of what we must do for our people, to show them that there's something different here. We will make sure that we will bring in the process of trying to improve our health care, give them free health insurance. We have to create insurance so that they can go to hospital when they're sick. The government ought to take care of that and produce an insurance scheme whereby people can go to the hospital and take care of themselves.
Do you think that health insurance can work in Imo State or in Nigeria?
Yes. The reason why it hasn't worked there is that people don't know how to get it done. That's all it is. If you know how to get it done, you can do it. We do it here. We have those programs going on in Michigan. Dr. Cole James, although may his soul rest in peace, he had a health insurance program going on. He's from Nigeria. So we know how to do those things, and we can get it done in Imo State. Okay. You know, Imo State is a very small state. It's not as big as, you know, by population, there are not too many. We can get that done, and we can run it effectively. We will also make sure that we have the ancillary services, like the emergency medical system. We have set that as, you know, within our scope, so that whenever you're sick, the EMS will pick you up and bring you to the hospital. We're tired of people dying for preventable illnesses. That cannot continue in Imo State.
Thank you very much. Before we leave, what message do you have for your people in Imo?
Aha m Obioma, Dr. Obioma Agomuoh. Abụ onye Mbaise ahịa azụ na Imo State. Agụrụ m akwụkwọ n'ala bekee, ebe m gụrụ teshi agwọ ọrịa. Arụkwa nna m ọrụ ya dị afọ dị ohu afọ. Oge ọbụla m lọhụrụ ụlọ nle anya n'aka ịkpa lee anya n'aka anyị, otu m si ahụghị ya wụ otu o kwesịrị ịdị. Ọ bụrụ na kwado m, anyị ga-emezi ebe ka anyị ka ọ dị nnọọ mma. Thank you. We must ensure that we create at least 500,000 new jobs. We will create at least 250 manufacturing companies in Imo State. We will create more cities with fire, with city halls, with business districts and subdivisions. We will create a center for research, whereby we can document what we are doing and what is being done in the country, such that in retrospect you can always go back down there and see what you're doing right and what you're not doing right. We have no means of getting that done in Nigeria, so we will establish that. We will redistribute our facilities, government facilities, send them to different localities. We cannot continue to concentrate them in Owerri, such that when they go to those communities, they will increase the economic standard of life in those communities. We will also attract the United States Embassy or liaison office in Imo State. That we ought to do. We'll also make sure that the Imo State airport is rebuilt to a standard, international standard. It is an ISO at this time, as a matter of fact. So that when people from afar or from other countries come to Imo State, they come there with happiness and, you know, and respect the people there. We have to, as at this time, we have to encourage our youths, especially those in the universities, to study politics, to understand how politics and government run, because they are our future and they are the people we intend to pass the government to, so that they can take over and run the country in the way it ought to be. We must have efficient tax systems such that the Treasury is going to be able to take cognizance of what we are spending and how to keep money saved for our youth. We also have to have a social security system. And our home is the only place we don't have a social security system in the world. We must establish that. establish that for people who have worked, and voucher system for people who are unable to work, like the poor, the underprivileged, the poor, the orphans, the widows, the disabled, and the elderly. These are things we can do, and we know how to do them. That's what is important. We know how to do most of these things. I'm not going to do it alone, but I do know that we have people who will help get these things done. The important thing here is leadership, and I've volunteered myself to lead such that we can get this thing done right once and for all. Imo State, we have a vision for you, a vision whereby we can have, the human capital development done, a place whereby we can have manufacturing, a place whereby we can have agriculture. That was what sustained us in the good old days. And then our natural resources. Allocation may not even be part of what we're going to use to run this system. The allocation will be saved in the Imo State bank account for the future and for our children. Right now, our kids don't have any future. They don't have any money saved anywhere for them. So we're going to use the allocation saved for them, and then we'll use our natural resources to build our home. Thank you, Imo State. We have a vision for you. It's a challenge. But
Come 2015, we have articulated a vision termed Imo Vision 2020. In this vision, we will enhance our health system and build 3 international standard hospitals in the 3 different zones of Imo State. We will also develop our agricultural system such that it becomes mechanized, and then we'll fund it. We are giving money to the farmers so that they can produce what products that we need, and what we can't use we'll sell in order to make money for Imo State. We will increase our security system and make sure that we make Imo State a pleasant, peaceful place, and eliminate the insecurities that we have in Imo State, such that people can come home and live and get about in Imo State without fear of anything. We will empower the youth and women and ensure that they can live a more comfortable life and produce for the state, such that our children that are coming behind will follow up suit. And finally, we will increase our public sectors and create more jobs for people so that people can have a good standard of living, create a good lifestyle and good homes for people to live in order to have a pleasant Imo State. My brothers and sisters from Imo State, we are blessed. We come from a home filled up with natural resources. We come from a home where wise men and women live. We are very hardworking, and we've shown that throughout history of Nigeria. And this is our time, my dear brothers and sisters, for us all to work together. I have volunteered myself, and I do know that each and every one of you can also volunteer themselves to get this job done, so that we can fix our home and not fix our pockets. So my dear brothers and sisters, it is time for us. You would like someday to be remembered for something about Imo State, and that may be part of your history for generations to come. So this is your opportunity to join me in trying to get Imo State working again the way it's supposed to work, the way you have always imagined, the way you've always felt a place should be like. This is your chance. Come join me and let us get Imo State working the way you've always imagined.
So eloquently, and I believe very strongly that this man has a vision for Imo State. He is on a mission to uplift the people
Dr.
of
Obioma
Imo State.
Agomuoh, an obstetrician gynecologist. He lives in the United States of America, and he is a politician, and he has a vision for the people of Imo State, Nigeria. He will be going back come 2015 to be the governor of the state. He has a vision 2020 for the people of Imo State. He's a great philanthropist. And for every philanthropist, there's always a large heart. He has a heart to give, a heart to help, a heart to serve. So thank you so much. He needs your help. He needs your support. Dr. Obioma Agomuoh needs your support. Come 2015, he has to be there to make a difference.
I also want to encourage you to call in with your questions, and we'll be delighted to pass your questions to any of our personalities that you are directing your questions to, okay? And this program is open for sponsorship. We always appreciate your encouragement, and for those of you who are already sponsoring, the number to call is on the screen. Feel free to call the producer. Long live Africa, and we'll be glad to do business with you. Thank you so much
I'll
for watching.
see you again next week. My name is Gloria Ezeoke-Ebenebe, and together we say, Long live Africa.
Onye bụ nwanne m mayo mama mayo onye bụ nwanne m mayo mama mayo Jesus bụ nwanne m mayo mama mayo mmadụ n'iru mayo mama mayo mmadụ n'azụ mayo yo yo mayo yo yo mayo mayo yo mayo mama mayo. The God of perfection, and He's holy, but oh how He loves me. This my God, I wanna praise His name. He is wonderful, He is beautiful, He's so lovely, He loves me so tenderly. This my God, forever the same. Onye bụ nwanne m mayo mama mayo onye bụ nwanne m mayo mama mayo Jesus bụ nwanne m mayo mama mayo mmadụ n'iru mayo mama mayo mmadụ n'azụ mayo yo yo mayo yo yo mayo mayo yo mayo mama mayo. Comes in like a flood. Hey. My God, He raises a banner over me, and it's love. He protects me, and He guides me. He covers me, and He hides me under the shadow of His wings.